everyone, it seemed like everything was over. The policeman was cornered. His honor was about to be destroyed. But just when all the doors were closed, adoptive mother appeared with unexpected evidence, a direct blow to the lie. A reversal that made even the criminals tremble. Don't take your eyes off. The truth is about to be revealed. Today, Hang no longer wears the police uniform like every day. He no longer rushes to work, nor does the sound of a motorbike leaving home every morning. Hang has been suspended from work, temporarily falling from the position he was once so proud of. But instead of being depressed, he chooses to stay home, to be with his adoptive mother and sinnhat. His eyes are silent as he sits in front of the basin of dried bamboo shoots, his hands still nimbly helping. As he removes each bamboo shoot, he seems to be gradually undoing the injustice in his heart. Hang is silent, but her eyes sparkle with a fierce determination. Nhat sits next to him, occasionally glancing at him, wanting to say something but can't. She just gently touches his hand, like a wordless sharing. The adoptive mother looks at her adopted son, her heart choking. The person who once fought on the front lines is now dragged into a vicious spiral. But the moment the three of them work on bamboo shoots together is strangely peaceful, as if, in the midst of the storm, there is still a roof keeping them together. Unable to sit still and watch her son being falsely accused, the police foster mother, a woman who was once cold and steely, who never shed a tear during cruel trials, now let her emotions lead the way. But it was not weakness, but a silent explosion, more dangerous than any anger. As soon as it was light, the whole neighborhood was still quiet in the morning mist. She put on the faded coat that had followed her through many storms of dust, quickly put on a pair of old, worn-out slippers and disappeared from the house like a shadow. No one knew, not a word of warning. Today, she was no longer the mother who silently stood behind her son. Today, she was a tracker, a hidden storm that was silently sweeping away the mud of lies to drag the truth into the light. No police, no power, no weapons. Only the determination of a mother, and the anger burning in every step she took. You guys want to hurt him? Then let me see who will burn first, ***. This time the foster mother did not knock, did not enter, did not say a word. She stood still outside the gate, hiding behind the bushes, her breath held, her heart pounding. In front of her was the girl grinding corn while holding the phone to her ear. She strained her ears to listen. Don't worry, he's been suspended. Now just keep your mouth shut. Don't let anyone find out about that day. Her eyes immediately lit up like sparks in the dark. Without a second of hesitation, she pulled the phone from her pocket, raised it and pressed record. Her hands shook with anger, but the frame remained steady. Every word she uttered was as sharp as a knife, cutting deep into her heart. But it was also undeniable evidence that Hang guy, he deserves it. Who told you to meddle in other people's business? A sentence was enough to burn away any remaining doubts. The video ended, and she quietly retreated into the shadows, eyes unblinking, like someone who had just captured her last prey. You're wrong. I'm not the weak old woman you think I am. Her voice was cold. Hissing softly through her teeth, I will make this whole lie collapse. Deep in the darkness of the old corner, the police foster mother gripped the phone tightly in her hand. Her eyes were still fixed on the house, where the chilling confessions had just been made. Taking a deep breath, she pressed the call button. Before the second ring was over, Hang's voice rang out, languid, tired. Mom, what's wrong? She didn't answer right away. Her voice was hoarse and cold. Go to that girl's house. Now, don't ask. Don't hesitate. Hang hung up the phone in less than 10 seconds. Hang was already speeding through the streets. The wind was whistling in his ears, but there was only one thought in his head: the truth. As soon as he reached the alley, he saw his mother standing there. Without saying a word, she handed him the phone to watch the video. The screen lit up, each venomous sentence echoed. Hang's blood boiled, her teeth clenched, his eyes darkened. The eyes of a ferocious beast about to pounce on a traitor. They are done for. Without waiting another second, Hang and her foster mother rushed straight to the girl's house. The gate just appeared. He rushed in, his voice booming like thunder. Here it is. Today you have no way to deny it anymore. The girl was startled and panicked. Trying to force a fake smile, I don't understand what you're saying. Don't understand? The foster mother stepped forward, her face as cold as steel, took out her phone from her pocket, and held it in front of her. Just one touch. And the video played. The girl's voice in the video rang out clearly. Don't worry. He's been suspended. No one suspects me. The girl's face immediately turned pale. Her lips trembled, her eyes darting around looking for a way out, but it was too late. Do you still want to argue? Hang gritted her teeth, stepping forward like a wild beast that had just escaped from its chains. He squeezed her hand tightly, coldly. Take us to that bastard now. If not, don't blame me for being cruel. The girl couldn't say anything more, trembling. Head bowed, she was escorted between two unforgiving men. At the same time, Hang took out her phone, her eyes still not leaving the trembling girl. Boss, I have evidence. Go down to that guy's house right now. The witness is in your hands. His voice was decisive, full of anger. The foster mother did not say a word, grabbed the girl's leg and pulled hard. Get in the car. Do you want to be dragged into the middle of the road? She screamed. The car revved up and sped away like an arrow straight into the nest of lies. At home, Sinnhat sat huddled on the porch, her eyes fixed on the door. She was worried about where Hang was, if she was safe, if she had encountered any danger. Her hands clenched the small towel. Her heart felt like it was being squeezed. Her foster mother sat next to her, gently holding her hand, softly comforting her. Don't worry, my child. Hang is very strong. She will come back. And this time, with the truth. After a fiery journey, Hang clenched her hands on the steering wheel, taking the girl straight to the other guy's house. As soon as he saw them, he backed away, his eyes darting around, his voice trembling but still trying to pretend. What is going on? I don't know this girl. The girl was about to open her mouth. He immediately interrupted, shouting, Shut up. Don't drag me in. Seeing that something was wrong, he pretended to turn back inside. Let me get a glass of water. But as soon as he turned around, before he could lift his foot, Hang rushed over like a whirlwind, slammed the door, pinned him against the wall, and hissed through gritted teeth, You want to escape? I've been waiting for this day for a long time. He struggled, screaming, I didn't do anything to you. Why did you arrest me? Hang tightened her grip, her eyes sharp as knives. You'll have to tell me everything at the police station. At that moment, the atmosphere was as tense as a bowstring. Hang's boss walked in. His cold eyes swept over all three of them. Everyone sit down, drink some water and then talk. His voice was low but powerful. The other just sat down trembling. Sweat pouring out, the boss asked repeatedly, What is your relationship with each other? Who planned to frame you? Both of them still tried to deny it, mumbling excuses. The boss looked at Hang, then nodded. No talk, okay. Go to the police station. From now on, everything will be recorded in the minutes. At home, Sinnhat paced back and forth anxiously, and finally couldn't bear it anymore and called Hang. Her voice was trembling. When will you come back? I'm so worried. On the other end of the line, Hang was still tense but her voice softened. Be good. Honey, wait for me at home. I'll be back soon. Everything is almost over. About 10 minutes later, the two men were escorted to the police station. No sirens, no noise, but the atmosphere was suffocatingly heavy. The door to the interrogation room slammed shut. The truth had no way out. The boss sat opposite. His eyes seemed to pierce straight into each person's heart. Hang stood behind, her hands clenched. Each muscle seemed ready to explode. Tell me, who is behind this? The boss asked, his voice low but full of pressure. Both were silent. The girl bowed her head, sweating. The other guy still sat up straight, his eyes stubborn. The boss slammed the file down on the table, emphasizing each word. You want to be quiet? Okay, I will keep you guys quiet in prison for a year. The girl panicked, then screamed, I tease him. He said I set up Hang. I tease, all his fault. The other guy jumped up, banged on the table and shouted, Lies. She did it. I just silence. The boss roared, pounding his fist on the table. The whole room fell silent, every single person. Every word will be recorded in the minutes. And every single person will have to pay the price. Hang stood still, but her eyes were burning. All the resentment that had been suppressed during the days of suspension seemed to explode. He stepped forward, slammed his hand on the table, and said each word, "Why, tell me. What did I do that you had to hurt me like this?" The girl trembled, tears streaming down her face, sobbing, I just wanted money. He hired me, told me to make up stories, set a trap for you. I didn't know things were so serious." The boss turned to the other guy, roaring like thunder, "And you? Why the hell did you do that?" He tried to stay calm, but every muscle on his face was twitching. His voice was choked, mixed with madness. "It's him. It's Hang. He captured all my juniors, ruined all my plans. Does he think he's a hero? I want him to lose his reputation. I want him to die." The whole room was silent. The boss looked at him with a look full of resentment and then ordered firmly, "Handcuff both of them. Take them to prison immediately." When everything was over, Hang and her adoptive mother returned, opening the door and stepping into the house. He hugged nhat, strongly, emotionally, as if he wanted to make up for all the pain he had gone through. Nhat's biological mother choked up, walked over and held her adoptive mother's hand. "Thank you. Without you, no one could have saved Hang." For the first time, the adoptive mother was not tough, not silent, she just nodded slightly. There was no more resentment, no more distance. There were only two mothers left, who had protected their children together,